Hello Pisces, this is your general reading for August 2017. It is a general reading because it will not resonate with all of you. I do encourage you to watch your moon and rising sign videos as well if you know those, because it may give you a better idea of what August has in store for you. And if you want, you can combine all three of them to get an even better picture of what's to come. I want to thank everybody for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. It really means a lot to me that this is helping so many people. For this reading, I am using the Raven's Prophecy Tarot by Maggie Stiefvater, as well as the Handel Tarot by Herman Handel, and the Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. For those of you who are new to my channel, I would also like to let you know that, for starters, I do not read reverse cards. And I also tell you what I see, feel, and hear without exception. So if it seems like there is negativity coming in, it's only because that's what I am seeing. And I am not trying to offend anybody. I just want to give you a heads up so that you know how to deal with the situation when it arises. This is also not to pick on anybody in particular. Some people have commented that I'm putting down a certain sign. That is not the case. So, Pisces, without further ado, let's see what August has in store for you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. So, for those of you who don't already know or who are new to the channel, when I get two court cards together, like I have here, I always pull a clarifier card. Because court cards are often representative of people, it may not give us an indication of what situation these people are surrounding. So I pulled the clarifier card so that we have an idea of what's going on and why these people are around. So the first card that came up was the Queen of Wands. And in this case, it's paired with the King of Swords. I think you may be being given more responsibility than what you had anticipated taking on. We do have the King and Queen here. They do not necessarily have to represent either male and or female. It could be the Queen of Wands could be a male, King of Swords could be a female, it could be any combination of male and female energies here. But it does feel as if there is someone who, although these people feel like they're in positions of authority, they're either older than you more experienced than you, or in a position of power. Now, there is a person who is very intelligent, who is um, who excels in communication, who is keeping quiet. So maybe it's your current boss, but I feel like there is information that's being kept from you, that's not being spoken to you. It could be a partner, could be a parent, but I feel as if someone is not being upfront with you about what's going on in the situation. Someone else that is also close to the situation or has inside information is going to share that with you, which is going to shed light on what's happening. So whether this is like maybe one of your coworkers, this is just an example, this does not necessarily have to be the situation, but maybe one of your coworkers is going off on stress leave or sick leave or just going on vacation for a few months and your boss isn't telling you, but someone else is going to come up and be like, oh, have you heard? Which is going to shed the light on the situation, which will then force almost you to have to work extra to cover for this person's shifts. Or maybe this person is about to get fired or laid off, and therefore you're going to have to pick up the slack for it. I do feel that whatever the situation may be, it would be more beneficial for you to know the information so that you can make the appropriate arrangements. If it weren't for this person speaking up and telling you what's going on, you would have no idea. Now, also keep in mind that this person that does tell you does not have all the information. So once you get some of it, you may want to go to your boss and actually ask what's happening so that you can do what you have to do to make this work. And this is all end of July and into the start of August. About the second week of August, we have the Eight of Cups, paired with the Eight of Wands. Now, this to me really feels as if someone might be talking about you, and it's coming to your attention to that's what's happening. Because I do feel as if you almost have to defend your decisions, and let me just make it clear here that the decisions that you're making or have made are not inappropriate in any way. It doesn't interfere with your current job or with your current position. But maybe your boss doesn't like that you went and applied for a second job, or maybe for instance, your ex-partner doesn't appreciate that you went out and found somebody new. So it's like you have to defend your decisions, and you shouldn't have to, because they're your decisions to make and they don't interfere in anybody else's life. For the third week, we have the Two of Wands. And it's paired with the Five of Swords. And although the Two of Wands generally represents a decision or choice to be made, you're in the traditional tarot depiction, there's a person standing at the top of a tower with the world in his hands. And in this case, what I'm getting from this is that something that you thought was yours, or something you thought you had a firm grasp on, is going to slip out of your hands. I don't feel like there's a choice in the matter. I feel like 1 minute it's there, 1 minute, the next minute it's gone. No matter how tightly you try to hold on to it, it's gonna slip away. And finally, the end of August and going into September, we have the World, paired with the Hermit. So it looks like some big life changes coming up toward the end of August and into the start of September for you. Um, if you have recently started a relationship, in this kind of, I did touch on a little bit here, it may not make it much beyond the end of August, and it could be because of an ex partner. If you have recently started a job, you may have to quit it because of your current long term employer. I feel like whatever it is that's going on here, someone else is still controlling you and calling the shots in your life. I'm just gonna say, like, be prepared to speak up for yourself and put your foot down. I don't really feel that it's appropriate that this person is able to control you as much as they do. Okay, I'm going to pull a few of the Handle Tarot for clarification, validation, and additional information. And then I'm going to pull a few cards from the Life Purpose Oracle cards. And in this case, I'm using the Life Purpose cards as an indicator of overall theme for the month of August for you, Pisces. At the bottom here, we have the Tower. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords, followed by the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Sun. So the Eight and Nine of Swords, um, well, the Eight is about interference. It's about someone or people interfering with your life and your affairs, which we've already established here. Whether it's a current employer or a previous relationship, this person is interfering in your current life and making decisions based on your choices. The Nine of Swords is about cruelty. So I think once this person realizes how much they can control your life, they're going to continue to do it. They're power hungry and really they want you to themselves. And it's almost like I get the feeling like if I can't have you, nobody can. So if this is an ex, maybe they don't even want to be in a relationship with you, but they don't want anybody else to be either. If it's a current employer, they want you to be at their beck and call and covering for other people that you work with instead of being able to say no because you have other obligations. So it's going to get to the point where you are going to have no choice but to stand up for yourself and say no to this person. And that's the only way that you're ever going to get to the sun. So the sun is one of the most positive cards in the deck. And for you, Pisces, because there is usually so much emotion involved, you don't like to hurt other people's feelings, um, you tend to let things go. But I think that time has come to an end for a lot of you. As for theme, we have body work, talk to your angels, and support. When you are feeling overwhelmed, make sure that you have an outlet to release some of the emotions that you're feeling. Um, I don't think you're any stranger to talking to your angels and your spirit guides and things like that. Continue to do so and listen for your answers to come in because that is what's going to get you through this time. The bodywork card, I think, is here just to remind you that you need to look after yourself. Even though mentally and emotionally you're going to be exhausted, you need to keep your strength up. So make sure that you do have the support, even if you need to talk to friends or family or whomever, make sure you do it, but make sure that you're keeping your body strong while you're working through all of this crap that's going on for you. So, Pisces, for August, be prepared to stand your ground and tell people when they're doing something wrong. If you would like a private reading, you can contact me at traveler with 2 L's 1230 at gmail.com. And I just want to let you know that right now I am booking into mid-September for private readings. So if you would like one, I suggest you contact me as soon as you can so that you can um, get on the list. Hopefully this resonated with some of you and is kind of going to give you an idea of what's to come so you're prepared for it. Otherwise, I will see you back here in a couple of weeks for your mid-August reading.